Alrighty guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ. And up next we have the game banning Adin Ross for his comments about Kendrick Lamar and DJ AKADEMIKS, claiming that Drake doesn't need a Chris Brown feature and that Drake is being strategic with who he works with. Which is crazy because at this point Drake would probably benefit a lot more from a Chris feature than Chris would benefit from a Drake record. They already have a few records together, but Chris is coming off an amazing sold-out stadium tour and a Grammy win for Best R&B Album. Who really needs who at this point anyway? There are records in the can, obviously, which means there are records that they've recorded that had just been on some hard drive, and I don't know if those will ever be released, but who knows? And for a person that's put out a record saying that there are no friends in the industry, Drake should really get over it, swallow his pride, and work with whoever can help right the ship. Because what he's been doing has definitely not been helping, and at this point, Drake, it may just be that everyone else isn't necessarily looking for that Drake feature themselves. It's a music business, not a sleepover, Drake. Again, get over it. And as far as game banning Adin from LA, you've got to figure that people are going to clown that move, obviously. So we're definitely going to be looking at some of those comments because I know they're going to be hilariously egregious. But enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump right into the video where we have the game banning Adin Ross for his comments about Kendrick Lamar and DJ AKADEMIKS, claiming Drake doesn't need a Chris Brown feature and that Drake is being strategic with who he works with. Definitely let me know in the comments if you guys think that's the case. Rapping with Smiley, putting out records like What Gwan Delilah would probably not be seen by many as being strategically sound, at least for me anyway. All right, but here's the video. Let's start with the ACK video first and Chris Brown feature.
If you would ever do a collab with Chris Brown, tell him the fans have been wanting this shit. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to ask Drake that question. Come on. If you're a fan of Drake, you could clearly see maybe him and Chris Brown aren't best of friends when he literally says,
I don't think they're really friends at all, honestly. I just think that they were able to like put water under the bridge on a beef that obviously has been around for a long time. But I truly don't think anyone could have ever seen them two as actually being friends.
I think who bangs a gang, my nigga CB, and then you see CB over here pop locking, dropping it to Not Like Us. Like, come on, bro.
Dude, you can say it about YG and a bunch of other people that supposedly got Kendrick wiped down.
You could tell they're not like best. Like, why the fuck would Drake do a collab album? Like, of course they're both GOATs in their own right, but you clearly could tell they're not even speaking, or they're not speaking as frequently, because
that doesn't necessarily have to be the case to put out music or to put out anything, because a lot of these collaborations are definitely transactional.
Drake says, I think who bang a nigga gang, my nigga CB, and then you see CB like, Not Like Us, like he doing all that shit like in the club. You're like, yo, bruh.
He's definitely not doing that.
So again, nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Don't waste your breath. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think you should, respectfully, and this is just my opinion, I don't think you should be expecting any Drake collaborations. I don't think Drake feels he needs or wants to collaborate with none of these things.
He may feel one thing, but that still doesn't make it the smart decision.
Period. Just leave it there.
And emotions can obviously cloud business decisions. And honestly, I don't think you're using the best judgment when you're declining a feature like that, because if anything is going to be able to give Drake any type of help, it's going to be a record like this.
It's Drake versus everybody. And not necessarily he has a problem with these guys, but I think Drake has shown,
man, that's some hoe shit, honestly,
massive amounts of love to the entire industry. And there's no benefit in him collaborating with someone, even if he has no problems with them. What's the point of Drake collaborating with someone right now? None.
And I definitely wouldn't agree with that. He's collaborated on a few of those Iceman records, but he's obviously choosing people that his demo don't really rock with. That's why those songs are slipping off the charts in a matter of weeks. And with the way you strategized the whole past year and a half, it's probably time to sit down and retool everything and go back to the drawing board, because what you've been doing has not been working. Either you don't have the same team around you that you once did, which I've heard is the case, or the fact that you don't have the same collaborators in the room with you that you once did. And all those points could be true.
You know what I'm saying? I think Drake is going to ride into the foreseeable future by, and no pun intended, ride in the foreseeable future by just being selfish with the clout. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So, you know, when Iceman drops, I think he might do a few, like, you know, collabs and stuff, but I think it's going to be really tailored and it's going to be more strategic than ever before. I think before Drake was on some, yo, if it's a hot song, it makes sense. Like, he'll do some shit. I think this,
which would be the smartest decision to make.
Time around, he's going to be on some fuck all y'all shit. And not necessarily on some beef and shit. It's just like, bro, these collabs are not helping Drake at this point.
No, you working with Central C is not going to be helping. While he definitely has his own audience, Yeat's audience doesn't care for Drake, and Drake's audience doesn't necessarily care, so that feature probably doesn't make a lot of sense. But a record with Chris Brown is obviously going to get a lot of clicks just by the mere fact that they're getting on a record together.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't think no one really gets what you're saying. And who knows if Ak actually believes this narrative that he's trying to spin, or it's him just coping on the fact that maybe these other artists don't want to work with Drake. Definitely let me know in the comments if you guys think that's the case. But it's definitely going to be really hard to argue that he wouldn't benefit from a Chris Brown feature given the way his songs have performed over the last year, other than Nokia and maybe another one here and there. And let's actually look at a few of these comments, guys. I wouldn't do it either. They are ungrateful as hell, and Drake always got to be the bigger person. And fam, you cannot really try to spin that narrative with the way Aubrey has moved over the past year and a half, because he's probably proven himself to be one of the more petty people out there. So you can't really jump out of the window and say that he takes the high road all the time. He lets shit slide, fuck that. He always getting shit on and making everyone eat. And again, these people don't understand the music business. Most features that do come out are mutually beneficial. One artist may be bigger, but that artist is also working with one of the new hot artists or somebody with a poppin' song at the time. So all the people involved stand to gain something from collaborating. Drake needs CB and CB does not need Drake. And I would definitely have to agree at this point. I think many of these artists are into the politics of being loyal to where they lay their head at. They can't downplay Kendrick, yet not be expected to be pressed in LA. Many of these people still have to go outside. I think you probably commented on the wrong post, but yeah, I definitely agree there. I don't think there's any beef between them, but they need to stop playing and give the fans what we want. There should be no reason why we only have No Guidance and Not You Too. Give us like a 12 to 15 song collab album and we're good. Drake would stand to benefit a lot more if that ever were to happen than Chris Brown, given the fact that Chris is having a lot of success right now. And I really do believe that they probably have that amount of records locked away somewhere, if not more. But the fact is, their relationship has been more rocky than not, honestly, throughout their career. This has probably been Drake's worst year. And I would definitely concur. CB is too talented for Drake. Academics needs to chill before CB makes him cry just by cussing him out. And Chris definitely has done that before, but I do feel like Chris has matured a lot more as well. Drake is an old man in hip-hop terms, plus he washed culturally for his behavior and action post-battle. And I think that second half is really the biggest cause of the change in perception about Drake. The guy in less than a year totally torpedoed his own reputation. While what Kendrick Lamar did is historical, is legendary, and definitely a black guy on Drake's career, I really do feel like Drake did a lot more harm to his reputation than he could blame anyone else for. Alrighty guys, let's jump into the game video where he's banning Adin Ross for the comments about Kendrick.
Adin, speaking of Adin, you fuck with Adin, right?
Yeah.
He's coming to LA in like, I think like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
He's doing like the whole LA run. He hasn't been here back in a minute.
Alright, well so Adin got to check in first. You know?
That's my brother.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that the game and Kendrick really aren't as cool as this action would convey it to be. There's been a lot of clips out there of the game kind of trying to little bro, at least it sounds like little broing or sunning Kendrick Lamar by basically saying, yeah, before me he was never on planes, or game even saying that he helped shape and mold Kendrick Lamar, which while I can definitely agree that maybe he did probably give him some advice and stuff like that, that's definitely a far stretch from like molding and shaping somebody. But I definitely feel like anytime Game is going to speak about Kendrick, people are going to look at him a little weird about it.
He said a whole LA run, so it seemed like he coming out here and he thinking he gonna do what he want to do. But this is LA.
I don't know, man. The fact is, Adin Ross has been one of the biggest pariahs in hip-hop, or hip-hop adjacent, if you want to call it like that, for a very long time. So just like Act, this dude really isn't going to be outside parading, making himself a mark, and more than likely he's going to have tons of security around him. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he still has a crib like on the outskirts of LA. So yeah, he's probably going to be inside the whole time. And even though that's the case, I just think this is all theatrics at this point. The way Game talks about Kendrick sometimes feel like they're being laced with like backhanded compliments. And like I said in my intro, guys, I'm pretty sure the comments are going to be hilarious. Bruh, crazy how Neon low-key becoming the middleman of every internet beef on the planet right now. I don't really like Neon. The Game and Kendrick are fake gangsters. And Kendrick Lamar never claimed to be a gangster. Imagine having some stupid rapper thinking he has the power to tell people who can and can't come to a place that he doesn't own. At the end of the day, you could still get touched when you're coming to one of these cities, but I feel like the biggest part of all that is that more than likely they're in places that they know they shouldn't be at. Adin Ross is a loser, like I said, a pariah. The game is a joke. That's why everyone clowns on him. They acting like LA is all that maybe 30 years ago, but y'all city is a dump these days. And fam, have you not looked at just the news period over the last like 5 years? LA is one of the most dangerous places in the US for a rapper or an entertainer, period. But again, guys, anytime the game speaks on anything Kendrick Lamar, he's gonna get clowned for it. So definitely let me know what you guys think about all that. Do you guys think that he actually means it? Or are we just gonna get a game and Adin Ross stream in like a week or so? At the end of the day, this could all just be theatrics and a publicity stunt. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know if you guys think that Drake needs a Chris Brown feature or that a collaboration would benefit Chris Brown more. I definitely think right now, especially, man, it's going to benefit Drake a lot more than it does Chris Brown. He's having a lot of success right now. He just had a monster tour, and I don't think he's really rushing to go record with Drake. They probably already have a bunch of records where if they did want to, they could put out a project like that, but who knows if that stuff ever leaves the hard drive. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders, and I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me, and all the love and support that you guys continue showing this channel on a daily is honestly overwhelming and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I definitely want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. I do want to send out a big shout out to all those that have been joining YouTube memberships. Small way to support the channel, but definitely goes a very long way in helping out. And also a very big super thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks, because guys, it has been tremendous. So I definitely want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. If you guys do want to continue the conversation, definitely follow me on X. That link will be posted in the pinned comments and also the description. So I'm definitely looking forward to your takes on this. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And Drake should be trying to collaborate with anyone he thinks could help him catch a hit. But the biggest question definitely is, do those people want to work with Drake?